How y'all doing today? I'm gonna show you my plants today. Look at that, man. They're growing real good. See all my damn plants? Look at that. Even getting them to grow a lot better. There's me transplanting a little. There's a mint tree. I love that. One mint tree is usually about 150 bucks. See? I found mine in the woods, so I didn't have to worry about paying 150 bucks. Look how good these plants are growing. Taking you over here in my area. Look at that. Even got some roses right there. You can see my ferns. See all my plants growing now. Look all the way down through there. See how high them things are? We get up there, it's about what, a hip high. I'm 5'9". Imagine I sat there for 45 minutes to find that little piece of white. I painted it because I'm tired of looking for it. But that's what I looked for about 5-10 minutes in this shit. Check that garden out, boy. Looking real good. See how nice and pretty they look. They're looking real good. Wife's doing mainly a lot of watering. You see how we're doing that? 95 degrees. Look over there. We even got some onions growing. See them onions growing over there. Look at that. We're getting tremendous. This is this tree right there is for soup. Digest. There's my parsley. Look at that. There's sour grass. There's my small peppers growing. See, look at the peppers. Look at them onions right there. Growing. Yeah, look at that right there. I'm doing pretty good on this side. Yeah. It's just growing away. There's another tree that she eats. I don't understand it, but it's for soup. I just want to check my rose bush out. I want you to see, look at my rose bush. See how pretty it is? Let me take you a little better look at it. Doing a little bit of checking on things. There's my other trees. For grass there, you can see there's some herbs, some more herbs. There's flowers. There's some more herbs. The money tree and the snake. Ain't did nothing to this yet, so don't worry about it. I gotta repaint that. That used to be the golden dragon. That's what I used to be nicknamed. See my other flowers are growing. Check these out over here. They're growing pretty good too. Listen, I hadn't figured out what's going on with them. I had to do some studying on it. Show you that damn rose bush. Now you notice one rose bush is growing. See right there, that's one rose bush growing. I just stuck it in the ground. Each one of these. Look at this one dying. Dying. Now look at this. See what I'm saying? Looks pretty damn nice, don't it? I'm gonna get back in there. That whole thing. Climb up with it. Climb back up with it. See? And now that's a good rose bush. That's what I'll be doing. Check them out over there. Show you another thing my wife likes. She usually has some plants that has poplar or poppy, whatever you want to call them. See? They ain't out yet. That's usually a moonflower. And that's usually a moonflower. I haven't figured out why they did nothing. I guess I'll wait till it's about fall of the year. Look at my wife's plant right here. It's growing real good. See my little peach tree? That sucker was. See that? It used to be a fungus all over it. Instead I sprinkled it with sulfur. Got rid of it. My blackberry tree. He's taking his time. I think I got some pulls them up. I ain't sure I have to check that out a little bit more. That could be Virginia creeper. I ain't positive. But I'm still looking. There's that other tree. Look how it's growing. It started way down here. Now look at it. How it's growing up. Match the water with the height. That'll be the roots. I'm doing pretty good, don't y'all think? And I'm a dummy. See, this right here, it was almost dead and I had to get it back to life. Wife's doing all the watering now. She ain't letting me do that much. But when I did water and I lost the damn thing, I had to find that little screw. I'll see what these are, don't you? There's some more plants coming out. Let's check it. Let's check this out. Palm tree. There's a persimmon tree and a couple other trees. I don't know what they are. There's my mint leaves. They're starting to grow back. See there? There's another tomato. And there's another tomato. This right here, he was dying. He was dying. She took it and did that. See how good she is? Doing her area. She likes bamboo shoots. See how she did the stringing on this? That's a handmade. She even makes fishing nets if she wanted to. Now them Laotians, they're smart, boy. People from the old days, they know how to do this stuff a lot better than I do. I just follow what she tells me. See, there's the green beans. There's some more leaf. Boy, I smell them mints. Boy, it smells good. All this right here is for soup. This right here, you see what she's doing right there. Yeah, I think I got a pretty smart old lady when she started doing this. She took over this area. She made me put that fence up for her. She's putting that in so she can get her parsley back. And look at the mints. There's a persimmon tree. It ain't producing yet. You see, it used to be dead and she turned it back into life. See, that's what you call plant science, knowing what the hell you're doing. You don't need no area. See how she's doing it all natural. See, there's another tomato plant. See, there's some more plants. See, there's my peppers and the other area, my other pepper. And see that new mint leaf growing back right there? That's a mint tree. Look at that squash right there coming up. It ain't jalapenos. These are squash. Them are peppers right there, you see? Mine suck. It's like I put it in the shade when I should have put it in the sun. You see how we're doing it natural? You'd be amazed at this stuff right here that's big. Right here. This used to be Brussels sprouts. There's another tree. See how she puts her crabs, fish. And if I get fish and she don't like it, she throw them in there. Just throw it in that pit right there for that. And just stink up the area. There's my damn area. See, I'm still waiting on it to grow. And then you got your one cucumber, another cucumber, another cucumber. I'm supposed to clear all this out, but I didn't. She didn't tell me to, so I didn't do it. But see, she wanted it all natural, so it covers up in the winter. But I think I'm doing pretty good in plant science. See, you need them guys who actually, we have a shortage, a big shortage of people who knows anything about herbs. There ain't but 270 immune biologists, and there's only 200, and I said 200 people who's doing botanicalism, or study of plants. They ain't really doing that. I mean, that's the best industry to get into. When I started really looking at that global warming bullshit, I tell you, you're short 8 million scientists, you're short of 100 million. You're supposed to have 100 million by 2021. That's even from the economic area. None of them want to do that shit. You notice I got a lot of dandelions all over the place. You can sit there and see them all pumping out. See what I'm saying? The reason you don't have that, I don't know. But when it comes to the immune biologist, it's 4 years for associate or fellowship degree. Here's my other tree. Associate's degree in the immune biologist is 4 years. It takes 10 years to know the immune biologist or immune system and everything that goes with it. And then you got your botanists, or herbal people. They supposed to be doing this shit too. Out of all the plants, they only got 550,000 plants they only know out of about 200,000. See what she's been doing? Behind my back, she's been sneaking around doing this shit. Then I got my other right there. There's my moonflower right here. Now this is actually does grow around the end of the year. I will have a full moon and that damn thing will be big as a baseball, big old basketball like thing. Or a globe. That's how big it'll be. That flower probably, that moonflower right there, when it shows this flower will be big as round as that pot right here. That's how big it is. And you see my hand's little compared to that damn flower. Checking them out, rechecking, looking for certain insects. What I'm doing. A bunch of botanicalism, the study of plants, the science of plants. People don't really get into that, and they should be. You make between 69,000 to 79,000. So if you put that studying herbal plants and plants that you can eat, at the same time become an immune biologist, you could actually take out everything they did and fix it. All right, now we look at that climate change. Now just think about the climate change for a moment. The whole concept of it is we're going to tear up the land. We're going to tear up all that land in there. And then we're going to turn around and put buildings there. Well, your buildings of them absorbs heat, so it's going to make it 10 times hotter. That's why the big city is so hot. And then you think about it. That comes in to 9 million people die every year. For the past 10 years, it's been 9 million people die by heat. Still showing you my plants. By heat. So if they would have sat there and stopped doing it and started doing what they should have did and build on what they had. If you got an old building, knock it down, put a new one there. Don't sit there and steal the land. Cutting the trees down and killing all your herbal plants like Brazil did in the Amazon. And they actually taking all your herbal plants that could actually save your life. And they're going to try to feed you some man-made shit that will kill you in the long run. So I probably, if I was the people in the Generation Y and Generation Z, I would probably tell you to go right on in and learn the immunology and botanical gardens and herbal plants, or the study of science of plants. And you would actually find out that a lot of these plants could actually stop that virus or any other disease. And they know it. 600 basic medicine has plants. That's all the plants we got. 600 plants is medicine that actually works. And they turn around and say, no, it won't work. But then you find out it does. So I've been started looking at that. And what got me, there's my mint tree again, boy. You put him in the sun too long, he turns black. That's what a mint tree does. When it gets in the sun too much, it starts cooking it. It starts killing it. Okay, let's go on over here. I'm gonna have to put that in the ground soon. And these two in the ground soon. They're growing. You see what I'm saying? They're actually growing. Thanks for Hutch. I like Hutch showing me that little secret. I love Hutch for showing me that secret. But I'm going to show you some things that you should have thought about. This is what got me. Telling me that they don't know what they're doing anymore. This book here was actually published. The very first publishing was in 1969. And that's the only book they've been using. And that's what got me. Most of them guys thought I was playing, but I wasn't. I was sitting there looking at it. I started noticing that this man here, Charles and Jessen, both of them guys are already 90 years old. And that book was published at that time period. Now look at the kids of Generation X. See, I started looking at that and I started looking at this. See, this guy right here, he's pretty good, but he ain't perfect. See, I started looking at it. So what I did is I started going right here. This is right here is generation, silent generation, 1925 to 1960. No, it's 1925 to 1950. The baby boomers in the 64s. So if I was generation X, which that would be this one right here, X, 1964 to 1980, I'd be really upset. I'd be starting myself into that. And then you got your Generation Y, that's 1980 to 94, and Generation Z, which is what we see people in today, to 2011. And then the Apple, you have a shortage. You got a shortage of scientists worldwide, 8 million out of 7 billion people. That's 0.5%. And herbal plants use 17,810 use of plants, over 55,000 plants. That puts you down at 1/116%. They wanted 50,000 people, which would make it 5%, but they don't have it. You know why? Because it's stupid. Now, let's get on down to the real deal, looking at it. Then when you start looking at climate change, I'm going to show you how easy it is to understand climate change. This is how you lose a civilization. Your inner structure, well, that's failed. Your inner structure's failed because it's right there. Railroads and roads need to be re-maintained. They quit maintaining this stuff. Now they basically do it. Water main lines from 1950. This is my city, 1958. It's the last time they actually did some work. Now they're trying to figure out how to fix it. Agriculture and farming, herbal medicine plants and edible plants. People forgot the science, the deforestation of Amazon, and you count America with the Amazon forest, the deforestation, as an economic impact, but it also gives you why you get so much heat, because the world leaders are too corrupt and politically not paying attention. You notice that North America, the manufacturing, the industrial, technology, well, technology's took over almost, but it's at the end of technology. Where all your pollution is coming from is technology and industrial. You figure that out. If you got 9 million deaths worldwide every year, and that's what that says, 9 million deaths. See where I'm doing it? Put my finger right there. It says 9 million deaths of pollution. And the heat wave magnifies in urban areas and big cities. Asphalt and metal buildings shake up and soak up all the heat. That's where you start seeing your global heat change. But when you start adding up from the Amazon, them killing the Amazon, which is like 20%, and I said 20% of oxygen, then you add each nation at 45%, tearing down the land and putting buildings on it, where you're destroying the land. That's why you're having your global heat. They wanted to cry about it and never paid attention. Second, that plastic. Now, this is something I learned real quickly. I drink out of clay cups, porcelain cups, or glass. I won't drink out of a plastic bottle. Them plastic bottles destroy the land also. When it comes down to looking at the construction, we're short of carpentry, mason, steel frame workers, auto mechanics, and roofers. So you got carpentry, masonry, which is construction, steel frame workers, construction. You're short of them because they should be doing it down in the ground. Instead of trying to go build high, you build down. All they got to do is maintain it. They didn't want to do that. Auto mechanics and computer fixers, people who fix computers, and auto mechanics, when you start thinking about their pollution there, well, what they're doing, they put so many sensors on them that they're burning up, and it causes more pollution. Your roofers putting shingles on when they could have been putting wooden shingles, they decided to do the opposite. There's where your asphalt comes in and your rubber absorbs the heat. Now they're going to tin roofs. Well, tin roofs absorbs the heat. It does. It's for flex 1%, and you're getting 90% of the heat. I was watching that. Nobody paid attention. And then you got to start looking at the new generation. Better start looking at that Japanese dumping nuclear water, which is in the news. In 2022, Japan is going to dump nuclear wastewater into the ocean, which is radioactive water. Well, that's going to kill off your fish eventually. What they're going to do, they're going to contaminate the fish. Now you ain't going to have no fish to eat, or oysters, or anything in the ocean to eat, because now they're going to use that radiation to kill off them. If you go and look at the fishery area, you'll start finding some dead zones, which are big old circles in the ocean where you cannot fish no more because they dump pollution in it. And if you look at the Gulf, look at what Obama did. He put a dome and it's still leaking oil. So there goes your fish supply. And fish in the ocean actually works on the land. Think about it. All that stuff comes from the ocean, goes to the land. Now you got the devastation and destruction of South American Amazon rainforest. 20% of the oxygen is already being destroyed. That's this right here. Now you think about that, and you start adding up all the land they've been destroying to kill the oxygen in the air. Now you start having heat strokes, heat diseases, hotter weather, badder storms, is because they're destroying the land to fit them, not you, to fit them. So you have to think about it, destroying the land, destroying the water, and then they don't want the kids from these generations of kids. By the time you get in there, I'm trying to figure out where I have it. I got it somewhere. So by the time generation Y and Z and the generation Alpha, so when generation Y and Z and Alpha, y'all won't have shit to stand on, because they do not want you to study the immune biologists and botanism, which is the study of plants, and immune biologists, the study of the human body and your organs and stuff, and how the plants work with the body. Immune biologists ain't but 270. 2 years plus another 10 years for your master's degree in immune biology, your immune system, study of your immune system, and 4 years of botanicalism. They don't want you to study that. That would be big business right there. That means everybody would be doing what the old people used to do and study the earth. Like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.